Hi, this is Tim for 11 Heroes. Welcome to our video tutorial about fantasy football on FantasyBet. In this video, I would like to show you how to participate at tournaments at FantasyBet. I'll also show you the scoring rules at FantasyBet, and I will show you the filter options which you have on FantasyBet. So we start with that, and as you already can see, we entered the lobby after login. So this is a game lobby. You can participate at tournaments here. On the left, you have the option to choose to go to My Games, and there you can see your tournaments, and you can see your ranking and the rankings of your opponents and the scorings. So we are at games, but you also can create games. If you want to create games, please look our video tutorial to that. So we're going to the game lobby now, and the first option we have is competition. So we can choose here which competition we want to have. So we can filter, let's say we only want the Euros now, so we filter to European Championship. If we do that, we only get shown European Championships. You can see that at the EU sign here. The next thing is the name of the tournament. The name of the tournament is, like in this case, Big Thursday, but it has no bigger clues, so it's nothing too big to pay attention of. Different are the game rules on all games. So here you can see some options which you have. So it's already now all games, but you also can have a no captain tournament, which the tournament has no captain in there to score double points. We can look if we find a tournament like that. Yeah. So here the C means no captain. Then we have obviously if we go up again, non-standard budget, which is NSB, multiple entry, and guaranteed payout. And we start with guaranteed payout, as you can see here. That means £200 is guaranteed. It doesn't matter how many entries in this tournament. So still the £200 will be guaranteed. Obviously it can go higher, but it can go less than that. Even if just 8 stay here and we would only have 160, it would not go there. So next option is multiple entries, so you can enter tournaments multiple times, up to the 5 times in this case. So you can see I already entered here, but I could choose to buy in 4 more times. NSB means non-standard budget. So in this case, it's just 50 million instead of 100. You always see this sign if it's not up to 100 buy-in. So in this case, it made perfectly sense because here's the 6 sign, and this means that you choose 6 players who start playing for you and not 11. So obviously you have a lot less budget than 2. Yeah. Then you have qualification if you want to qualify for a bigger tournament, and you have the LL sign, which is here. And this means lucky list. So you can't go with the full list of all players. You will get a randomized list by the system of FantasyBet, which you can choose players from. This usually goes together with the flash, so you have only 90 seconds to pick from that list. So it doesn't matter how good you are prepared if you don't get the players you would like. So this is a nice variation of the game. So I really love the flash games. But if you're a beginner, you should be careful with that and first try free rolls, in my opinion at least. So we go to the duration of the game. So if you click on the 3 matches here, for example, we get shown that this tournament starts at Thursday, goes to Friday. Well, just means like in the night it will be paid out. So just today is a tournament, and you can play a 1-day tournament, which goes pretty fast. And if you win, you get your money in the evening. It's pretty awesome. You could also choose to enter here. You have another enter option. It doesn't matter which one you pick, but be sure if you pick that and if you enter, you have no choice of getting back. So that's pretty important to know. Then you can see the entry number here with 8, with 1. This usually makes a huge difference if you don't play guaranteed tournaments. For example, if we have, well, let me look. The Lucky 9 tournament here, for example, are just 3 entries, so the prize pool is 9. There's no guaranteed in that. So if I would enter, the prize pool would be 12, and would have 4 entries. Yeah, that's basically it. Then the entry, this is the fee, and the buy-in you pay. So if we want to enter here, which you already did once, but you can see, you can see my team now. Sorry for that. I could enter again, so I show you just here. With that one, so you enter a $3 tournament, but 30 cent is rake from the £3 330. So this should be pretty important. Okay. You can filter these options by starting by free, and if you say like maximum want to play it for like 5, you pick that here. And if you say like, wow, really a baller, so I start at 20, and I will basically not finish, so I have no max. So you could pick that tournament though. So we just, for an example reason, go here and let's say 5. And we want to enter the, I don't know, let's enter the Thursday double up. Seems pretty reasonable. So we go here to join, and we can see, okay, which rules to apply. We can look here, okay, usual scoring system, and before we enter, we'll like just have a look over that. So you can see your team gets points awarded for playing time. For more than 60 minutes, you will get 2 points. For each goal a player of yours scores, he will get points differently depending on his position. For example, a defender will get 6 points, a midfielder 5, and a forward 4. So if you play with a clean sheet as a defender or as a goalkeeper, you will also get 4 points awarded. So this is pretty important. Obviously, you can get minus points as well, for example, for red cards or own goals. So yeah, that would be pretty unlucky. But I think we're fine to go, so we can go back to games in the game lobby. And like we said, it was 5. I remember with the Thursday double up, there it is. So we go here, and then we go to enter. So let's say you're just starting with fantasy football and you're pretty unexperienced and you just want to play with Harry Kane as a captain and nothing else matters to you. So here you have a lot of filters and it looks a little overwhelming, but it's pretty easy to understand once you have a look. So this red one here is pretty important because you need to place 15 players on the field. If you just said you want to use Harry Kane, you go here to this and you filter for forward, and then you can filter the clubs, or in this case the lands. So you go to England, and then you have Harry Kane. So you pick him, make him your captain, and basically you say, I don't care who else is in my team. Then you could use the autocomplete button. By doing this, you get a randomized team by the system of FantasyBet, and you would play and participate with that. So you can see the red one is getting green here, and you would have had, the possibility to join and participate with that team. Obviously, that would make not that much sense in this case here, because the system is not does not know who plays and who does not. So basically, you would clear the filter here, and you would start again. So, for example, now we can pick Harry Kane and we can pick Wayne Rooney. So we're pretty convinced of them, and you can see our budget changes in the top left. So we only have 79.5 million left to pick players from. Then we go to, let's say, our defense. Or we thought like, I already did a team, so what can I do to participate with that team again? There you have the import button. If you use that, you can load the players the team which you drafted before into this game. So this is huge. So you just press the button and then it loads your complete team which you drafted before in, and you can participate with that team again. So that's a lot of work saved. So it's pretty easy to do that. In our case, we want to do our team, so we pick like Kane, Rooney, and then we want to go to the goalkeepers. We don't want to, let's say we want the Ukraine goalkeeper, but we don't want to spend too much budget. So we can use this green button here on the right and scroll down to, let's say we want to spend maximum of 5 million, then we can see all the goalkeepers for this price. So we can see the Ukrainian Pyotov here is pretty cheap, and he should be fine pick. So we pick him, we make Harry Kane our captain, and then we go to our defenders. We want to play with Ukraine defenders, so we pick Fedetsky as an example. Obviously, we want to play then with the right and left back of England, but we can see they are a little more expensive, so we can put that right here again, and we nominate Danny Rose and Kyle Walker, so we go with them. And then it's time for our last forward. We go to Germany, and we pick Thomas Müller, who plays usually pretty good. In the midfield, we're going for Mesut Özil, who had a great season at the Premier League, and Toni Kroos, who seems to be always a good pick. Then we go again to the Ukraine, because we're not allowed to pick any more England players, because we already picked 4. So this is a maximum in a tourney format like this, where you have 3 games a day. So we pick Colombianka because we're pretty convinced he's good. We don't pick Gareth Bale because we picked already the defense of England, and so we have like 1 player left to go where we have to go. And Zinchenko is a great talent. We don't know if he starts, so but still he would be a nice call. So you can see we still have like a little budget left, 17.5, and now we have to nominate our substitute players. Before we do that, we'll pick a vice captain, which is like Thomas Müller, for example, and then we'll pick just the other players. So we can pick, for example, Bastian Schweinsteiger, or he should be a little too expensive, I guess. We can see that. If you're too lazy to do this kind of stuff, you can also just autocomplete at this case, and then change a player which he nominates here. But this looks pretty good, and you see now we're ready to go. And since the tournament is not started already, you can always change before that. So be sure to register early, and you can change your lineups then. That will be no problem. I hope you enjoyed and you have fun playing. Until then, bye bye.